Ever wondered how copyright laws protect your creative work? Well, it's a fascinating world that grants exclusive rights to creators, allowing you to control the copying and other forms of exploitation of your intellectual property. Dive into the ocean of copyright law, where we explore the protection it offers to a variety of creative works. This includes typographic, literary, dramatic, musical, and artistic works, along with films, broadcasts, and sound recordings. Next, we delve into the legislation, the Copyright Act of 1957, which came into force in January of 1958. The 2012 amendment made it compliant with the World Intellectual Property Organization's Copyright Treaty and Performances and Phonograms Treaty. This act includes the definition of computer software in its ambit and introduces us to copyright authorities such as the Copyright Office, Board, and societies. Our journey continues to neighboring rights, related rights of creative work not connected with the actual author's work. We learn about the economic and moral rights in copyright, the latter of which includes the right to be identified as the creator and the right to prohibit destruction of the work. We also explore the concept of ownership. Generally, the author of the property has ownership, but if the work is created within the scope of employment, the copyright is held by the employer, not the employee. However, the moral right remains with the author. Next, we examine the process of registration. Copyright protection begins as soon as the work comes into existence, and registration is not compulsory. Yet, the Copyright Office maintains a register of the registrations with details of the work and the author. We then move on to the terms of copyright. The trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights suggest a minimum protection of 50 years, and the term of copyright is determined by the time of publication. Our journey wouldn't be complete without discussing licenses and assignments. These can be either voluntary or compulsory and can be transferred on a contractual basis. Different transfers can be made for the same work, and both assignments and licenses can be for existing or future work. Finally, we touch on infringement and exceptions. Unauthorized use or reproduction without permission is infringement, including moral rights, and damages can be claimed. However, copyright work can be copied or used in certain situations, such as for public domain work or under the fair use doctrine, which allows use for educational and non-commercial purposes with certain restrictions. And thus, we conclude our exploration of the riveting world of copyright law, a universe that protects creative minds and their ingenious work, ensuring they receive due credit and control over their intellectual property.